our superpower lies in our stories. We can be the main character in our stories, and we can tell it the best way that suits us with our or by our own testimonies, so that our stories can also encourage others who might be going through the same thing, and also they can also see how we got to the other side. Our stories, I believe, can be broken into three: our past, our present, and our future. Our past encompasses all that we've experienced before, whether good or bad. It encompasses also our own mistakes, and also whatever skills that we've picked up along the way, and then also now the present, which is the present moment. What is our state of mind at the present moment? What is our state of what we perceive about ourselves? What do we perceive about, what do we seem to understand about creation? Do we believe in God? What is the higher power that we believe in? What is our source of strength? What is our anchor? That is our present. And then our future, do we have any aspirations? Do we have any ambitions, passions, dreams, visions, goals that we want to one day reach? When you mix all of those, that makes this wonderful story we call life, and where we are the main character. Even though we might have gone through the same or similar experience with other people. For instance, my story, which was when I was raped as a child. There are so many others who have gone through a similar experience. And I don't believe in also comparing whether my story compared to another person's story, or my story is more sad, another person's story is just. I believe the pain that we've gone through, it was painful for me at that moment. Even if you were not raped, but you were maybe molested, or you lost a parent as a child, and you lived in a foster, whatever experience you've had, if it was painful for you, because remember, the pain or whatever I went through was meant for me, and it was never meant to kill me. Because when God created me, He knew that I will be able to survive whatever I went through, as much as you will be able to survive whatever you went through. So I had already been built for whatever happened to me, that I would be able to get to the other side, as much as also you in your own story. So now what I'm getting to is, whatever experiences, whatever similarities our stories might have, the most important part is, how do I get to the other side? How do I use my story to get to the other side, where I can tell others, where I can share with others and testify how I got through it, who helped me get through it? Because I think that is the most important part. And how I am still dealing with it, because trauma or brokenness, or the healing hurt, the healing is never, you never reach a destination, but it's a process that you go through, because you always have triggers that take you back to that moment, that take you back to that experience, and you should be in a position to be able to handle those triggers. You should be in a position, as much as you might be even 10 years later, you're still getting new triggers. What is important is, how do you respond? Are you able to identify those triggers, and how do you respond to them? so that you are also able to alert others who are following behind you but are getting there. I don't believe that our stories are better than other people's, and you don't even have to compare. I don't have to compare my story with another person, and my journey is not going to be the same as another person. That is why it's important to share your story, because I might be sharing my story, and people who went through a similar experience might not understand what I'm saying to them. They might not be able to use the same things or the same tools that I've used to help me get to the process of healing. But when they hear another person, because remember now, when we tell our story in our most authentic way, our character is in there, our skill set is in there, our talents are also in there, in how we share our stories. So it might not be able to capture another person or an audience, but it might be able to capture other people. So it's important that we share our testimonies so that it's able to capture, especially the tribe, the people that are meant for you, the people that you are meant to serve, your tribe. By sharing your story, you are able to reach those people whom you are meant to help heal, to help avoid the same experience, or to also even mitigate, reduce the pain for them. So there are various ways that we can use, or tools that we can use to share our stories. Social media is one of them, depending on your own healing process, and also on your own gifts and talents that you have. But I also believe that some of the tools might not be as comfortable for me. The social media, even recording myself, listening to my own voice, still is not as comfortable for me. But I'm doing it because I believe that there's someone on the other side who needs to hear this. Hence, I am sharing my story. So, what is the best way for you that you can use? Looking at your talents, looking at your gifts, looking at also your character. And I believe that we don't have to implicate other people in sharing our stories. We don't have to implicate, and we don't also have to fully heal. We don't have to reach the other side for us to start sharing the glimpses of our stories. You can share it now, even though you have not yet reached the breakthrough, or even still while it's still a bit uncomfortable sharing, and also maybe you still have shame in sharing your story, but you can start that process, kickstart the process. The more you show up, the more then you are able to, it gets easier. It gets easier. You become more comfortable, and you become accepting of your story, that this happened to me. God will use it for my own good. I believe all the experience that we go through, past, present, future, all of it, God uses it for our good. God uses it all for our good. He leaves nothing behind. There's no waste for him. Look at your own life. See what you've went through, and see how God will marvelously, magically use it for his own glory and for your own good. Taking all of your mess, designing it into a treasure, into a masterpiece. That is our God. He is the master at that. He is a master at that. I hope this helps. Till next time. Bye.